Hello everyone, and welcome to our conversation about configuring your voice and video for Discord. I am J.E. Gillikin, working here on behalf of our OCGR Municipal Liaison Casalia and the other two ML helpers, Shadow Moon Sadai and RCK the Writer. We hope that you have a safe, happy, and fun-filled November 2020 this year, and these little videos are intended to help you get up and running in Discord, which we are using for all of our virtual events this year. Now, one big part of Discord is going to be voice and video. When you look at Discord proper, you see you've got your text channels and you've got your events channels, and then there's one voice channel at the bottom. Voice chat, by the way, is intended for anybody at any time. You go into voice chat, you have a conversation, you do whatever. Life is good. Event Room Voice A and Event Room Voice B are intended for voice and video for those occurrences of an event where this becomes necessary and proper. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how these tools work. The most important part about it is actually getting yourself configured correctly. And the way to start that is with the user settings menu here at the bottom. So when you open user settings, it gives you all of the information about you and what you're doing. And the one that we're interested in is called voice and video. So when you select voice and video, you see you get a bunch of options that we'll look through and go through here. One of them, and really the two most important, are your input and your output devices. So when you click your drop down, it gives you a list of all of the input devices that are on your machine, as well as the output devices that are on your machine. You can configure which ones you use. I happen to be using my headset to record these videos. So I am using my headset mic as my input device and my headset as my output device. I could use my headset mic for input and my desktop speakers for output if I wanted to. That's all up to me. And then I've got options here for my input volume and my output volume. To make sure that everything is configured correctly, you can use the Let's Check feature. So once you've got your devices selected, you click Let's Check, and then you talk, and it shows you a meter. And then you click Stop Testing. It actually plays it back to you in your output device to give you a sense on how well it works. So that is how you configure voice. Whenever, by the way, we say that we've got a voice or a video chat, you are always welcome to join with just voice. You are not required to show video. We'll talk about video coming up in a second. Another important configuration here, and this is optional, it's a preference, but there's an input mode for voice. There are two options. By default, people are on voice activity. And voice activity means that the mic is being continuously monitored by Discord. As I'm talking with my headset mic, it's hearing me, and so it's giving me a green line there that tells me that it's there. That can be really annoying if you are using something like a webcam mic that has omnidirectional pickup. So the other option is push to talk. I actually use push to talk by default. You click the keyboard item and you pick a hotkey. I like to use the tilde key, which represents here is the accent grave key. So in order to hear anything, I have to be in Discord, and I have to hold down that key in order for the mic to activate. That's super cool because it means that I can be talking and nobody will hear me unless I've got that button pushed. I encourage folks to do that and to pick whatever key you want. I would just not pick like a letter key or the space bar, because if you're trying to type or engage or something, that can be awkward. So I would use a key that you wouldn't normally be using in the course of your normal Discord conversation. So, I never type a tilde, so that to me is like the perfect key, but you can do whatever you want to do. Video settings. So you've got your option to pick your camera. I have a Logitech HD Pro webcam model C920. So I pick that and I can click Test Video. When I do that, the camera turns on and it shows me, "Hi everybody." And then life is good. Then if you scroll down, and that helps you know, by the way, whether the lighting is good, whether people can see you. whether you've got a cat hiding somewhere that, sometimes will bomb you. Then there's a series of advanced options here that you are welcome to fiddle with. My advice is to let them go. The defaults here are usually pretty good, and if you're not comfortable with this, then you should not be messing with it. So when you've got those things configured, you close out of that, and then you can go to one of these voice places. Now, super important, down here in this little box where your user profile is and your settings are, you've got two buttons here, a mute and a deafen. So if you click mute, it'll mute you. If you click deafen, it'll stop everyone from hearing you. It'll stop basically like you hearing things. So to join one of these, you just simply click on it. And when you do, we'll click on Event Room Voice A. It tells me now that voice is connected. And I've got some options here. The important option is you'll see that I am here. And because I have push to talk, all you see is me. If I were to just kind of click somewhere and then I held down my tilde, all of a sudden I've got a green icon around me, a green halo. That means that I am transmitting voice. And you'll be able to see who's transmitting voice based on that icon. So I am now here. Other people can join me, and then we can have a conversation. Because if you are in voice A, you can talk to everyone who's in voice A. If people are in voice B, you can't hear them. You've got to be in that room. And you can only be in one room at a time. So you can flip, be everywhere you want, but you can only be in one room at a time. So I'm in voice A. If I definitely don't want people to hear me, I can click my mute button, regardless of push to talk. Mute always overrides. And when I'm done, there's the hang up, the disconnect button. That is how my call ends. So now I am out of the voice chat. If you don't see your icon in any of these voice areas, then you are not on voice. When you're there, you're on voice. Now, while you're in here, if people are doing audio only, then all you'll do is hear them. And you will continue to hear them no matter where you are. So if you're in Event Room Voice A, but you happen to just be in general chat, you can type in general chat and you'll still hear the conversation here. And you can still use your push to talk to communicate. So you can be voice in one room and text in another without there being any real challenge. Where the challenge comes then is with video. So if I actually click the event room, it shows me this, and because I'm not broadcasting video, there's nothing else going on here. But I can turn on my camera. You have to affirmatively turn it on, and when you do, you see the camera. Hi again. And the camera icon turns bright green so that you know that you're transmitting. Click it again, it turns off, just like that. You have another option to share your screen. Now, when you do that, you have some options that pop up. So if I click screen, it gives me a couple of options. So I can show you Discord, which would be recursive. I can show you the application logic capture that I'm using to record this thing. I can show you the application, my Windows Explorer that's got the files in it. Or I can click screens and show you, I have a 3-screen setup here, so I can show you screen 1, screen 2, or screen 3. If I were to show you, say, screen 2, it makes you confirm it. It tells you the resolution. I would leave these all the same and click go live. All of a sudden, now you see my screen. And look, it's kind of recursive. That's by design. So when you're in video mode, you can click the stop streaming and it goes away. If you hover your mouse along the bottom of the room, you have the option there of turning your camera on and off, muting on and off, and disconnecting as well. Now, if there's more people here, this should become smaller. If you're sharing your screen, you will only see your screen, but other people will see floating picture in picture. So if I were to go turn my camera back on, and then I went into general chat, because I'm the one that's currently talking, my little picture-in-picture is here, and I can click and drag and move it if I wanted to. So that's really cool if you are in a text room on a war and you've got a voice conversation going on that you want to track, or a video conversation. The video will track on this. So I'm sorry I'm not looking at you. This is, my webcam's over here and the screen that I'm recording on is over here. So turn video off, it shuts the picture-in-picture off. Then I go back to the room. You know, you can invite people if you want to, but that is fundamentally it. You get it configured right. It's super easy. And then when you're done, you disconnect and poof, it's all gone. So that is that's the thing. So if you need help, reach out to the ML or to one of the ML helpers, or go to the Help and Questions channel and ask your question there. We would be happy to entertain that. Otherwise, you know, we hope that this is a useful tool for you. Remember, and I just want to make this clear, you are never required to use video. It is always an option, so don't feel bad if you don't want to. There's nothing wrong with that. In the places where you join on audio, you do need to join on audio, and again, I recommend push to talk and to keep yourself muted just to keep things under control. But that, in a nutshell, is audio video in Discord. We hope that it helps make your November go that much smoother. So good luck.